Okay, so it looks like it's pink, but it's actually kind of an orange color. It's the closest thing I got to pink. I don't know if that's Karen's favorite color or not, but that was just a color she picked out. And then, but I do have a pink Stanley. I think it's also, anybody seen some of the videos of like when they're up by the courthouse that they have to be silent or they're arresting people? What? I've never seen that ever. Like, we've had big cases before. You've had Casey Anthony, OJ, Rodney King, like all these people, all these like huge cases, and nobody's ever made people be quiet. It's just very odd. And then when I heard people were actually getting arrested if they're being loud, I'm like, what is going on in Massachusetts? Oh, crazy. I see the fan is still just going. I'll be so happy to never have to see this fan again. All right, if you're just joining, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we are listening to Karen read. If you're over on TikTok, we have to do it like podcast style because TikTok has kicked me off of live stream when I showed the actual court. And so I just this is the best way I can do it. Let me know if you can hear too. I just keep seeing a fan. Should I like refresh it and see? I'm just checking to see. All right, I do have a YouTube channel. I haven't done much to it at all. I'm just streaming it live to see if it's actually working. I did it because I didn't know what was going on TikTok. Like, nobody knows. All right, the fan is still going. Someone in the comments said that the defense is going first. So I have no idea. I'm like actually really nervous this time around. Like, this has been I'm like really nervous for Karen and her family. You know, I feel for the O'Keefe family. You know, I don't think we're ever going to know what happened to John O'Keefe, but I'm really nervous for them because I just don't think the Commonwealth had enough evidence. I just, the first trial, I didn't think that, and then like the second trial was even better because they had more experts and more like ARCA was able to do a bunch of testing check. Oh, they're doing check. I just
check.
Can you hear that? I want to make sure you guys can hear because I have the phone plugged in so it doesn't die. Oh, they're scanning down. Now
opening, may be seated.
Jurors on their way?
No, we need to be heard, unfortunately.
Okay, come over to sidebar, please. The jurors
Commonwealth wants a sidebar. What the heck? What could they possibly, unless they're going to dismiss the charges, what do they need a sidebar for? All right, it looks like John O'Keefe's dad is in the courtroom, and we haven't really seen him at all. Let me switch here. John O'Keefe's dad is in the courtroom, his mom, his brother, a couple other people in there. I haven't seen the ex-girlfriend who dated John in kindergarten. I don't see her. Karen's mom and dad, brother. Does she have a sister? I feel like she has a sister. I bet they're going to try and dismiss a juror. Yeah, they haven't even picked the alternates yet. I think they have to do that after closing, right? But yeah, they're probably going to dismiss note taker. I heard it's a girl, right? She's been taking like notebooks of notes. And so they probably want to get rid of her. I'm just looking to see who's in the courtroom. It looks like maybe Sue over on X, and Jessica maybe. they're over on X2 and they're doing like tweeting out like how the jurors are kind of responding. This is why the jury is frustrated with all these sidebars and half days and all this stuff. What channel are you watching? I'm watching Court TV. It's not my favorite, but it's the best for sound. When I'm not live streaming, I watch either Emily D. Baker or Melanie Little. They seem to be, I really like Emily though, because she really gives like some good like law stuff. All right, Eliza's over. Oh, she's pulling out a baggie. I think it's a tissue. I think she may have to blow her nose or something. No. You guys all here? Elena, the judge said that the jury's fed up one time because when Brennan did the whole debacle with that hoodie and it took so long, that they said that the jury was fed up, that they could tell. And I'm like, how can you tell? Verdicts, I have no idea. It could take days. It could take, I think with the Mendez's brothers, it was a month of jury deliberations. All right, everyone's just standing around. Brennan and everybody's like huddled together. They're bringing the jury. I don't believe anything that judge says either. I've never seen such corruption. And she was so, did you guys all watch yesterday? She was so nice that that I was scared because I was like, this is a Bev we've never seen. Who wants to think that? I don't believe that they're going to have a verdict today. I think it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. I think they're going to go in. They're going to get their jury instructions. They're probably going to talk about everything. They're probably going to maybe do like they always say not to do this, but come on. If you're in the jury, you're going to go, okay, who thinks she's guilty? Who thinks she's innocent? Or who thinks that the Commonwealth, really the question needs to be, I don't know if there's a way to file ethics complaint. I think that the lawyers would have to do that. You sign that petition. I didn't see a petition going around. There's something going on with Donna Alderson too. You guys hear about that case? She, her son, Dan Markle, her son, what is his name? Because I watched the trial and I just went blank. He was convicted of hiring people to murder his brother-in-law, Dan Merkel, because his sister was getting like a divorce. It was a really ugly divorce. And then the mom got arrested here in Miami. And her trial was supposed to start already. So I don't know what's going on. Who's getting, oh, Bev? Yeah, maybe. I don't know what's going on. The jury, we're looking at the fan again, and I don't know what's going on. The fan is just spinning, and they had like a sidebar. Everybody was like, Brennan and Lolly and the girl lawyer, I don't know her name is, were together. And then Karen and her lawyers were all together. And then they went to the fan thinking, I was assuming the jury's coming in. Okay. So we'll have to see what's going on here. It's taking forever. I wonder what Jackson's going to say. Because they took out missing witness missing witness instructions. And I'm just wondering what exactly Jackson's going to say about, I know they're doing the, what is it called? What is that called? Where the police officers didn't look into anybody else. Bowden. That's their defense, which I think is so much better than last year when they were just saying it was everybody else. And they can kind of bring in like Brian Higgins to part of it. Like the investigators didn't investigate Brian Higgins and he might have had a motive, but not sure like what he's actually going to say here. Oh, thank you so much. That was very sweet. Thank you for the follows, everybody. I really appreciate it. I don't know what's going on. We're just looking at the fan. Maybe one of the jurors isn't feeling good because remember when Dr. Rentschler was on? I think it was Dr. Rentschler, and they had to stop because one of the jurors looked like she was going to faint. Like, I don't know if it was just really hot in that courtroom. No, I did not see that the judge left the courtroom. Maybe one of the jurors is sick. Catch me up to speed for yesterday and today. Yesterday was jury instruction and the charges, like going through the charges and jury instruction. And today is closing arguments this morning. Then they're going to have like a brief lunch, which we know it's never brief. And then it's going to be jury instruction and charges. And I'm definitely going to watch those because last year I didn't. And that's where like the jury verdict form was just a debacle. I don't know what's going on. I'm just seeing. Short break while jury enters. What's my prediction? I think I'm so torn because if I was on the jury, I would say the Commonwealth did not prove their case. All we have is just a couple of taillights scattered all over the place. There was like no, like, I don't know, like when you look at John O'Keefe's injuries, they just don't like, I mean, I've been in car accidents. I've hit my knee on a table and I'm bruised up. I mean, I don't know. Right, exactly. No broken bones or bruises. I mean, I was in a car accident last year. I had major surgery for like internal bleeding and stuff from seatbelts, because who the heck knew that seatbelts could cause so much damage to you, but they can in airbags. Crazy enough, we were hit, like we were going straight and this car was turning and it almost hit us straight on. My daughter's Jeep went up in the air. We fell down. The whole frame of the Jeep was destroyed. The back tires were blown out. The front end was just, and no broken taillights. I was like, So I don't know. I don't think that the Commonwealth proved their case. That's how I look, but juries they're unpredictable. That you just never know what's going to happen. I mean, we've had so many cases where the jury kind of got it wrong. But my question is, wouldn't you be so mad if you were on the jury and you did convict her and then you find out all about the FBI and how ARCA was originally hired by the FBI to investigate the investigators, and that the FBI told the DA not to go forward? Like, wouldn't you be so mad? When I was a kid on roller skates, oops, let me go back. I just had a had a block while you hit a block. Oh, that must have hurt so bad. Yeah, but you broke your arm. I mean, I loved how ARCA did the testing, like to break the tail light, like it was broken. John's arm would have been broken, shattered. There's a YouTuber that got a Lexus, the same kind of tail light she has, put it out on a Jeep van, whatever. Got one of those arms, dummy arms, backed into it doing 24 miles an hour, I believe, or close to. And the arm was like, the elbow and everything was just shattered. So it's just crazy to me. I don't know what's going on. I keep refreshing just to make sure we're not missing it, but I'm wondering if a juror isn't sick. All right, let me look and make sure, let me look at Melanie Little to make sure I'm not missing something. Okay, no. I just wanted to make sure. Hopefully you guys can all hear. I was trying to use this. This thing is great. I can get it to go if we're having a hard time hearing. And I'm taking notes too, because why do I feel like Brennan's going to be really dirty and he's going to say something really bad? Yeah, Ernest, I'm with you. Those boys, can you play live in background? What do you mean, Jess? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I've tried many a times to do Brian Kohlberger hearings. I've tried to do when Karen Reed. I've tried so many times to do the courtroom alive, and TikTok doesn't like that and kicks me out and won't share my feed because it's not original. Looks like he's tagging you out. Yeah, I know. It was the best picture I could find of Alan because some of the pictures out there are not the greatest. I don't know what's going on, you guys. I'm just here. I'm just seeing the fan. It's just spinning. And Court TV says short break while jury enters. Maybe some of the jurors were like, we're going to go to the bathroom and get some water and stuff before we go in there for 2.5 hours. They have to sit there before lunch. Oh, seen a few people do a split screen. I guess I could try that. Maybe we can do that with the verdict when it comes in. Hard to look twice. Had to look twice at the pic. I know, and I was trying to shrink myself, and it wasn't letting me. Looks like one of the teams is planning to use video in closing argument, and it's being reviewed. Oh, thank you, Bill. That could be a possibility. They want to make sure. I thought the Commonwealth went first, but someone in the comments said they think that the defense is going first and then the Commonwealth. I just can't remember. I know his teeth or my teeth. I know there's the one where he was doing the punching and I was like, well, that would be a good picture too. But TikTok is so finicky. I can't tell you how many community violations and get kicked off and stuff over this because you're talking about true crime or court TV stuff and they don't like certain words and it's just, they get really picky about things. Yeah, you're probably right. The prosecution gets the last words. That's why I thought the Commonwealth would go first, then defense, and then usually the state will go right afterwards and they give a 10-minute spiel. I don't know what's going on. Do you remember? Did you guys all watch yesterday with the jury instruction stuff? She's like, I'm gonna get this going. I want to get this going. I want the jury to get this, be able to do this and not have to go home for the weekend. And I was like, let them go home for the weekend. And now it's what, 9:09, and she wanted to start this at 8:45. So, right? I have never seen a judge like this. I watched some of the Lori Vallow. I've watched all of the Lori Vallow up until Brandon because Karen was going on. And even with Charles Vallow's Arizona, when they were charging Lori with this conspiracy of murder of Charles Vallow, the judge was so patient and kind with her, even though she's been convicted already of 3 life sentences, and he was just really good to her. And that was just kind of, I'm like, are you really mean? Like, you seem like you're not a nice person. I don't know. I know. Wasn't he was just so patient. I think this last trial, he was like, out. And she did apologize, so I'll give her that, but that was it. I feel like so many people are watching and waiting for this to go. Like, what is happening here? Prosecution goes first, and opening and last and closing. Oh, that could be, yeah. I don't remember what happened last year. It's such a blur, and it is so different trials. Who watched the first trial?